full body scraping. I don't know why. He knows why.
Introduce yourself.
My name's Eric. I'm an amateur bodybuilder. Got the Olympia in 16 and a half weeks. 14 weeks from now, we got the Ace of Stage. Gonna do a little tune-up, rebound into the show. Hopefully go for top 3, get the pro card. Today we're gonna do full body scraping, work out some injuries, and just get healthy for the next 16 and a half weeks.
All right, sounds good. Are you scared about getting full body scraping?
Yes, that shit.
He can actually handle a lot, people, so don't even worry about it. So,
Feet right here hurts.
So Eric actually comes through here like once, if not twice a month.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it every week, but let's say twice a month.
So, and some people always want to know, like, how often should you get scraping? Is full body scraping even beneficial? Why would you do it? All this stuff. I'm going to be breaking that down today. We haven't done a full body scraping session on you in a while. So we've been attacking lingering injuries and tightness and tension that you're facing as you've been growing, because are you still in the growth phase?
Technically, our calories have only dropped a little bit, so I would say we're still kind of holding on for right now. Then we'll probably drop the hammer in the next few weeks. Coach likes where we're looking. Stayed a lot leaner this off season, even though I probably don't look like it, but a lot better comparatively. So yeah, I would say we're still probably in a good high caloric intake.
All right, good. When do you officially start prep?
So prep technically officially started 2 weeks ago. We've been staying on plan. We're just eating a lot more probably than normal. Cardio's only at like 30. And we'll go from there and see kind of week by week how it goes.
Okay. Oh, so you did a pretty clean bulk.
We did a cleaner bulk, yeah. Especially the last like 2-3 months, I definitely cleaned it up, cut out all the treats, the snacks, all that dumb stuff. So we got around about 235 to 240. Now we're sitting about 230 on a good day. So then we'll just kind of go from there and judge day by day.
All right, sounds good. We'll see if he survives, people. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Torture Room Breakdown. And in today's session, we are doing a full body scraping session. You heard it, full body scraping. A lot of people always want to know, should I even do this? Is it beneficial? When should I do this? Why should I even do this? So here today, I have a bodybuilder on the table ready to do a full body scraping session under my recommendation. Now, when to do this? I recommend doing this probably once a month if you're a bodybuilder. Can any other athlete, or if you're not an athlete, should you do a full body scraping session? And does it have benefits? Yes, it really does. And just so everybody knows, the Torture Room was trained in gua sha, not Graston. So under the gua sha theory, you can do full body scraping sessions, and it is highly beneficial for the immune system, overall health, healthy muscle tissue, blood flow, and so many other things. How we start this and how I'm gonna approach this is I'm just doing some basic fascia release. If you notice, I'm not using a lot of elbows, not really going too crazy. What I'm trying to do is just soften up the fascia around the muscle. We wanna open up that border, that barrier from fascia to muscle, because when we get to the actual scraping portion of the treatment, I want to be able to target as much as the muscle as I possibly can, and even go a little bit deeper into the muscle tissue to break up any fibrotic tissue that's lying underneath the superficial fibers of the muscle. So we just start off with some basic fascia release. And this guy has a pretty big quad, so we're bringing out the big guns here. We're using metal tool for the whole session here. So you can do gua sha with metal tools, stone, glass. So don't feel like it has to be a specific tool. I work very good with the metal tools when doing a full body scraping session. Once we release the fascia and open up that border, then we get right into the scraping. Starting off with the quads, we went with the adductors. Now we're gonna go right through the center. And I'm kind of letting him know what's really going on, making sure he's doing okay. He seems to be doing just fine. And we're using quite a bit of pressure. For the LMTs who kind of want to know how much pressure should you use, I want you to talk to your client. And if it's a normal client that you work with continuously and they're used to scraping, you can use pretty good pressure on the muscle tissue when you're doing scraping. If they are brand new to scraping, I don't recommend doing a full body scraping session straight off the get-go. Let them get used to it after seeing you a couple times, but definitely start off with a little bit lighter to moderate pressure for your newer clients. But This gentleman here, he's a veteran in bodybuilding and also a normal client of mine here in the torch room. So he can handle quite a bit of muscle scraping, but if you can tell, he's kind of feeling it already. And we do this once a month on this guy. So he really takes my recommendation very good. So he's in a grow phase right now in his bodybuilding year. So knowing that he is growing, he is fueling his body with an abundance of nutrition, vitamins, supplements. He is dumping so much in there. His training changes, so he's doing a lot of compound movements, and you also get a lot of scar tissue from just those micro tears from pushing the muscle tissue past its peak to grow more and more. When that happens, a lot of fibrotic tissue starts to form inside the muscles, so we want to clean that out once a month. And this gentleman comes in weekly, so we do manual therapy throughout the month just to manipulate muscle tissue. And again, working from one side to the next, we do the same thing on the other side. So I condensed this whole 1 hour session to a 10-minute video. And we're also even scraping the stomach. Again, we're doing just some fascia release. We just want to just open up that barrier from fascia to muscle. So we want to soften up that tissue, so that way when we get to scraping, it goes straight to the muscle tissue. Sometimes people wonder if scraping the stomach is even a thing, or if you should really do it. Yes, but you don't do it very hard. So here I used a smaller metal tool, and we're working from diaphragm down to the bottom. So it's not that aggressive. The abs are just right there. You don't have a lot to work through, especially on this guy. He doesn't hold a lot of body fat on him. So we want to scrape as much muscle tissue as we can with the full body session. Raising that arm up, we're getting into the rib cage, and we're going to get into those teres and the lats in there. So this is a very unique portion here. Again, soften up that fascia. You don't want to go too hard. It's right on the rib cage. We're just trying to break up any adhesions just to get those intercostals to be very pliable, so the rib cage can move really well. That's going to improve the contraction of the diaphragm. That's going to improve so much more oxygen flow. With good oxygen flow to the muscle tissue creates amazing healing. So he's definitely feeling it. It's a sensitive area. And we're even getting into those crevices where that anterior serratus creeps by the lat, and we even get under the pec major where it gets into that pec minor. So we're scraping that whole area. Just want to open that up so the ribs really expand and contract during his breathing. And if you notice, it kind of opens up that good shoulder mobility too, working from one side to the next. And again, right here, I'm just showing what I do from one side. I do the exact same thing on the other side. This is a condensed video. So a lot of people sometimes ask me, like, why do a full body scraping session, and how do I even approach it? Why should I even do that? I have to look and understand the integrity of the muscle tissue and also the purpose of the client. It all comes down to purpose, intention, emotion, and what you're really capable of as a massage therapist to really improve your client in whatever ability they want to do, whether it's de-stressing the body, whether it's improving muscle health, or whether it's amplifying muscle growth. So you have to understand where it fits with everybody. And I'm using a variety of different tools in the torch room. I have about 13 different tools, and we're really going into as many muscle groups as possible. So different tools allow you to work the muscle very uniquely and appropriately. So going from the chest into the forearms, the biceps, and we're even going to get into the shoulders here. And this portion, it's always very crucial that you understand the pressure that you're using when you're working on the client. Get a read for their body, but also understand the vibration the muscle tissue sends out, because that's going to let you identify how much scar tissue is being held in that area and how much blood flow you can actually promote. And when we're doing this, we're not just looking to promote red blood cells and having them look all super bruised. Is that a thing? Do some people do that? Yes, it is. There's benefits for that as well. But for this particular client, knowing that he is we're doing this so he can promote muscle growth, I want to activate white blood cells as well. that's going to help detoxify the muscle tissue from the inside out, and it's going to increase that lymph, and then we got to push that out. So, and we're doing the full body. So now we're back. Now we're on the calves. Calves are very, very sensitive muscles. So calves, hamstrings. Again, we're even going to do that on the next side, on the other legs. So again, you have to understand your tools. You have to understand the purpose, the intention, why you're doing this, and is it going to be beneficial for your client? If you don't think it will be, never do this to any client. Don't just say it's good for them. Make sure it's actually going to benefit your client. So just remember that. And that's for all my LMTs out there who want to get into muscle scraping or actually do muscle scraping and want to know if a full body session is good for their client. So I take a lot of pride in understanding who my clients are and what they do and what their purpose is, why they're in the room, whether they're an athlete, an active pro athlete, or they just somebody who wants to be active, or somebody who's facing a lot of medical conditions that need the muscle tissue cleaned out. Each one has a purpose, and I have a tool to meet each purpose. Going into the back again, he has a very thick back, so I had to use some elbows on him. So just the palm wasn't gonna cut the mustard there. So, and then we're scraping the whole back, the lats. We're getting into the crevices, even around the shoulder blade. Again, I'm looking for the vibration that the muscle sends out that I can read through the scraping tool. And as I identify certain things, I talk to my client the whole time. Anything I identify, why I'm going to stay in a specific area for a longer period of time, the pressure, the density of the tool, all that, I let my client know so they are in complete understanding of what's happening during the whole session. Does that ease up the session for him? He's still gonna feel it. It was still kind of brutal for him, but at least he understands what he's walking through. And if at any time he gives out or his body sends out any sign of emotion saying, dude, this is too much, I can read that instantly. And going from the lats to the shoulder blade to the rear delt, the tricep, and now we're getting into that trapezius muscle. All this is where a lot of people hold their attention. So gua sha can help with all this and help improve all the quality of muscle tissue and their overall life. And again, we will be doing this on the other side as well. And working on the back can handle quite a bit. And a lot of people know that, a lot of LMTs know that a lot of people can handle the more pressure on the back. That doesn't mean you just go all out and act like you're sawing them in half, but knowing that they are slow twitch muscle fibers and they can take an abundance of pressure because they're structural muscle groups, that is a clear indicator how you can use a little bit more pressure on the back and the lats because they're constantly in use all day. And we even lay them down sideline to get those lats. And again, we do it on both lats. This is very sensitive, so be very careful of what you do. And I hope this is very beneficial for anybody. Please comment, shoot me a DM if you have. Right, we just finished up with Eric with the full body scraping session. He doesn't turn that red. And a lot of people always ask, like, how come he's not all red, or does it happen all the time? It's like Eric has really, really healthy muscle tissue. Really healthy tissue, and he comes in and gets treatment done very frequently. Those lats a little bit, but all that's gonna subside here by tomorrow morning. But he definitely felt all of it. How you feeling, bro?
Feel good. Stomach was actually not as bad. That's usually the worst part. Definitely, I got some sensitive skin. That was rough. Legs are always rough. But standing up, getting the blood back flowing, it definitely feels different. Feel good. Yeah. I'm definitely excited.
And you're going to train right after this.
I'm going to train in about an hour and a half. Yeah. So that goes. We promised good pumps. So we'll see. We'll get a nice little pump.
Hell yeah.
And then we'll keep
I'm back. Excited. And I'm not even the one working out. But yep.
I'll show you.
It's going to be amazing, though. A lot of people always wonder if you can train right after treatment, even as aggressive as a full body scraping session. Do a little bit of posing for us.
Let's see if you can even see. It might be too much blood. So it does feel like more open up in the lats. Still a little tight.
That back got so much wider. Throughout your whole prep and throughout your whole bulk season. You've done a lot of good work this year. Amateur Olympia, amateur.
Oh yeah, the flexibility.
Move into it a lot, real easy.
Yeah, just a lot. It's a lot more now. So it's been about a week. I saw him last week, but just kind of getting in there, did a little bit of manipulation compared to posing yesterday. Definitely feel a lot more open up, so it feels a lot better.
Nice.
With everything. So.